Part 1. Seeing him again was after 7 years, in a crowded supermarket filled with people doing their weekend shopping. Zhao Mozing pushed her shopping cart alone, struggling to walk through the crowd. Having just returned from overseas, she was not used to such crowds, but the lively and warm scene unconsciously brought a smile to her face. She almost listened to the bustling local dialect with a grateful heart. She wondered if others who had just returned to the country felt the same excitement and joy that she could hardly contain. 7 years. It had been so long. But why did she have to encounter them right after returning to the country? No, to be precise, it should be encountering both of them. Silently, Mosheng watched the pair standing in front of the vegetable shelves, once again experiencing the wonder of fate. 7 years ago, it was also them who eventually led her to make the decision to go abroad. Now, they were shopping together. Perhaps they ended up being together after all. Fortunately, she walked quickly, otherwise, she would have been hurt even more deeply. HeYiShengXiaoMo, she was so foolish to think that having similar names meant they were siblings. We're not siblings at all. Our families were close neighbors, both with the surname He, so our parents chose similar names. Later, Yichen's parents had an accident, and my family adopted him. Do you think you can compare to the bond between Yichen and me, forged over 20 years of childhood friendship? I wanted to tell you today that I love Yichen, and I don't want to love him secretly. I want to compete with you openly. In her 19th year, on the day before her birthday, her usually gentle and non-confrontational good friend HeYiShengXiaoMo unexpectedly declared this to her with courage. The fact that HeYiShengXiaoMo, who had always been gentle and not inclined to compete with others, would say something like this meant her love had reached its peak. But what did she have to compete with HeYiShengXiaoMo? On the day of HeYiShengXiaoMo's declaration, she had lost and then fled to the United States for 7 years. Yichen, the memory of his cold eyes and heartless words that day made Mosheng's heart ache faintly, almost imperceptibly but undeniably. They were walking in her direction, and Mosheng's fingers on the shopping cart turned white, almost immediately wanting to turn away. But the supermarket was too crowded, she couldn't turn around while pushing the cart. At the next moment, she decided not to avoid them. Why should she run away? She should calmly say, "Hi, long time no see," and then leave with grace, leaving them a beautiful silhouette. Moreover, they might not even recognize her. She had changed a lot. The long flowing hair she had in the past had turned into short, neat hair at her ears, and the California sun had tanned her once fair skin. Dressed in a loose t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers, the difference from her past self was significant. They slowly approached, step by step, and then passed by without recognizing her. It still hurt, even if she pretended not to care. A faint voice reached her ears. "Do you want to buy some milk?" HeYiShengXiaoMo's soft voice. The response was indistinct. She missed Yichen's deep voice like a cello, which had recited in her ears throughout those years abroad. Feeling lost, but also relieved, Mosheng raised her head, which had been hanging low, and walked away. Bang! The shopping cart collided with a pile of discounted soap on the floor, creating quite a spectacle. Mosheng stupidly stared at the hundreds of pieces of soap collapsing, wearing a somewhat guilty expression. Could she pretend that she wasn't the one who did it? Oh my God! This is already the 3rd time today. A supermarket employee, who appeared out of nowhere, moaned in pain. So, she shouldn't be blamed, right? After all, who would stack goods in the middle of the aisle? Mosheng stuck out her tongue secretly and tried to put on a look of guilt. The commotion caught the attention of people around, including HeYiShengXiaoMo. She looked in the direction of the noisy scene and froze. It was her, Mosheng. HeYiShengXiaoMo could hardly believe her eyes. She had come back. HeYiShengXiaoMo. Yichen was puzzled by her reaction and asked, his gaze following hers. His tall and upright figure stiffened instantly. Xiaomo Sheng. The innocent-looking girl with her head down was none other than Xiaomo Sheng. Her face was apologetic, but her eyes sparkled mischievously. From afar, her expression was not entirely clear, but Yichen knew her too well. He had always known that she was like this, used to stirring up trouble and then leaving irresponsibly, capricious, selfish, and hateful. 7 long years. Did she still remember him and come back? Yichen lowered his gaze. "Yimei, let's go." Yimei looked at him in surprise with a face full of calmness. "Aren't you going to say hello?" "Maybe. She is no longer a part of my life." His tone was as calm as the water, as if nothing mattered. Yimei carefully observed his expression but couldn't find any clues. In the end, she sighed softly. "Let's go, then." As she cast a final glance at Xiaomo Sheng, she noticed Mosheng had also turned her head and saw her. Their gazes met briefly in midair, and Mosheng seemed to hesitate for a moment before a faint smile appeared on her face, nodding towards her in acknowledgement. Yimei quickly turned back and called out, "Yichen." She. Yimei paused in astonishment, then turned back to the flowing crowd and found no trace of her. "What's wrong?" "Nothing," Yimei replied, bowing her head. But she had seen them clearly. Why did they leave so easily? And Yichen, he had seen her too. She had never thought she would come back here one day. During her interview with the editor-in-chief, he asked, "Miss Xiao, why did you choose to work in City A?" Mosheng suddenly didn't know how to answer. Why did she choose City A? Was it because she had studied here for more than a year? Or was it because she had met him here? Because she had experienced so much here? At first, she didn't know either. When she decided to return to the country, the first thing that came to her mind was City A. It wasn't until she saw him that day that she realized she wanted to see him, even though he no longer belonged to her. But she just wanted to see him, nothing more. "Maybe because I can't go back home," Mosheng said. The editor-in-chief looked at her strangely for a long time but decided to keep her, and she became a photographer for a certain women's magazine. However, the editor-in-chief attached too much importance to her experience working for a magazine in the United States, which made her uneasy. "That was just a small magazine," Mosheng said to the editor-in-chief. Sheng, the female editor, who was in her 40s, affectionately called her name. "Are you praising my knowledge? I even know about an insignificant magazine in the United States." Mosheng laughed, and her uneasiness disappeared. The editor-in-chief said seriously, Sheng, I know how difficult it is for a Chinese person to work as a photographer in the United States. You must be better than most white people. They always think we Chinese lack artistic talent." Settling down in City A, she continued to shop at that supermarket but never encountered them again. Until one day, a security guard at the supermarket stopped her. "Miss, please come to the security room." Mosheng was startled, feeling that it couldn't be anything good. There were too many news reports about supermarket security guards forcibly searching or even assaulting people. Mosheng stared at him cautiously, and the guard said helplessly, "Miss, I mean no harm, I just want to ask if you lost something a month ago." A month ago, she had just returned to the country. Could it be that she lost something without realizing it? Curiously, she followed him into the security room, where the guard handed her a black wallet. Mosheng knew it wasn't hers even before looking inside. She smiled and shook her head, saying, "You got it wrong. It's not mine." Unexpectedly, the security guard was persistent. "Please open it and take a look." She took it and opened it, and then saw her own photo inside. The guard proudly said, "Miss, this is your photo, right? Although there's a big difference, I recognized you at a glance." Indeed, there was a big difference, as the photo was taken when she first entered college. Her long hair was tied into a ponytail, and she was smiling foolishly. How did it end up in a stranger's wallet? Mosheng handed the wallet back to the guard. "It's really not mine." The guard was somewhat naive. "Isn't that you in the photo?" "It's me, but the wallet isn't mine." "But it must belong to someone who knows you." "Miss, maybe the owner of this wallet secretly admires you." "Oh, who said that Chinese people lack imagination?" "But just take it, there has been no one coming to claim it, and leaving it here is troublesome for us. Giving it to you is better. You must have some connection with the owner of this wallet." "Ah, maybe I've even brought about a beautiful love story." The guard immersed himself in his daydream, much like a television drama. About a month ago, probably around the time she met HeYiChen and HeYiMei, could it be something he dropped? With this ridiculous speculation in mind, Mosheng took the wallet back home. After showering at night, she carefully studied it on her bed. It was simple in style, an expensive brand, not much cash inside, and no way to determine the owner's identity. Then she took out the photo. It had steel stamp marks on the back, as if it had been torn off some identification. Carelessly flipping it over, she suddenly froze. There were words on the back. The vigorous and sharp handwriting, as if it wanted to break through the paper, was something she would never forget in her life. It was Yichen's handwriting, written in black ink. "My sunshine.